Hey there, folks. I'm Mark from Spectrum Pulse, and today we have from Kylie Minogue Tension. I can't be the only one who finds it kind of ironic that Kylie Minogue has deliberately returned to pop production that is evoking a lot of the dance waves that came out of the 80s and late 90s. Not only did she have hits in these eras, in some spaces, with those sounds, she was considered pretty forward-thinking, or at least she wasn't chasing the sound. Whereas with disco in 2020, and now with Tension this year, she's fully working to milk some of that old scene, working the nostalgia of folks like myself to the bone. And while disco left me painfully underwhelmed, courtesy of some plastic production, with Tension here, well, okay, even despite being lukewarm on that big single Padam Padam, I actually think this is a fair bit better. Now, this comes with acknowledging that, once again, the lyrics are just flimsy as all hell, albeit rarely embarrassing, and while I think Kylie shows a little bit more energy and verve behind the synthetic layers, hell, Hand shows her rap, and it frankly worked way better than I expected, I do wish she didn't rely so much on all the vocal overprocessing, or if it wasn't so flagrantly obvious that she's just making the synthpop album that I really wanted from Carly Rae Jepsen earlier this year. But you know, that might be a good thing when you have vocal lines as airy but sticky as Hold On to Now, or the misty gloss around You Still Get Me High where the saxophone just erupts over that outro. I also really dug how it played over the sophisti-pop of Green Light too, or the fizzy 80s throwback Things We Do for Love, especially with that bass groove. Hell, even if I'm cooler on a lot of the house elements on songs like the title track or Padam Padam or Vegas High, I can't deny how strong the bass lines are pretty much across this album, even if the wheedling new disco melody on One More Time got irritating with all those synth horns. Either way, this album feels a lot more playful and bouncy, and actually a fair bit less plastic than its predecessor, and that is a positive in my books. It's a deliberate throwback where I would not say there's anything all that revolutionary in the sound. She's not pushing anything forward, but she's still really good in that throwback vein as a result, even though I would not put this anywhere near her peak. But as someone who, over the past decade of reviews, I've struggled to find Kylie Minogue albums, at least new ones, that I like, this is a winner, and about the closest she's had to a return to form, at least in comparison with her stuff in the late 90s and early 2000s. It's a fun listen. Yeah, absolutely worth hearing. Check this out. So yeah, once again, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more, please be sure to like, share, drop some comments, and subscribe. I know I've alienated some Kylie Minogue fans in the past. I'm curious where you all fall on this one, especially as, again, I like this more than I expected. Beyond that, if you want to get albums on my schedule, link to my Patreon's right over there. And as always, I'm Mark, you're watching Spectrum Pulse, and I'll see you next time.